Mic check, 1 2 1 2. Am I too close? We back. Hello everyone. Welcome to Sauna IE. I'm your host XO. And it's Monday. Late show. I had to get it together. So we back and today, Monday, March 29th, the last Monday of March. And I was like, dang, what kind of episode we gonna do today? I was like, we're gonna do that recap of March and how March went down for me and the podcast. But first, I just want to thank y'all, everybody that's listening right now, that's been a consistent listener to the podcast and been supporting since day one. The people that's been listening to the last episode, I had a lot of feedback on the last episode discussing empowering your life and toxic people, and I feel like that was just a deep episode on my behalf, and I was just like, I loved it simply because it was empowering by giving different steps of empowerment, as well as the toxic people, because I feel like we either have toxic people in our lives or people have toxic traits, and it's just something that we should be aware of and know what we need in our life and what we don't need in our life. But welcome to the show. If this is your first time listening, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for dedicating the time out of your day to listen to the podcast. This is Sauna IE, and I'm the host, XO. Let's get right into it. I'm gonna hit y'all with my quotes of the day. My first quote is, while most are dreaming of success, winners wake up and work hard to achieve it. While most are dreaming of success, winners wake up and work hard to achieve it. We all got dreams. You can dream something, or you can go out there and get up and chase it. Dreams is just that goal only so far. You can always dream and do all the dreaming you want to, but if you don't put no action behind it, it'll be just that, a dream instead of an accomplishment. So we all want success. We all dream of it. We all want to be successful in anything, in all aspects of our lives. But it's nothing to just dream it or plan something out. You have to really wake up and work hard for it on a daily basis. With it, it's going to be ups and downs, hard times, good times, bad times. And it's just life. So you can dream of success, or you can go out there and chase it and get it. And winners wake up and wake up and work hard to achieve it. Anybody that's achieved success had to do stuff behind the scenes, had to do the behind the scenes work, had to do the things that nobody's around to see. Staying up all late nights, waking up early to do stuff, dedicating extra time to the craft, dedicating extra time to the business, dedicating extra time to themselves, and really just working hard and not really looking after success, but knowing this success is coming because of the work that you're putting in on a daily basis, waking up early, doing what you have to do. So once again, that quote is, while most are dreaming of success, winners wake up and work hard to achieve it. My next quote is, when it hurts, observe. Life is trying to teach you something. And that's true. Any pain that we go through, that we've been through, any time we've been hurt, now that we look back, isn't it like a learning lesson for us that we like looking back now, we're like, the biggest thing I can think of right now is heartbreak. When you get your heart broken and you're like, damn, in that moment, you're like, man, fuck the world, fuck everything. I just want this, that back. But it's like, we never take the time to observe our pain that we're going through. We just want it to end. Instead of observing and seeing, what is this pain trying to teach me? What is this hurt trying to teach me in this moment? But it's hard because we don't want to observe. We just want the comfortability back. And it's like, we don't need that comfortability because that comfortability has an expiration date. Even though it's like we want it to expire, but life made that made that hurt or the comfortability expire to where you're like, damn, you can't see clearly, you can't think clearly, you think you can't eat right. And that's just what goes on when you are dealing with some type of hurt or pain. But sometimes it's like, we should take the time to stop and observe what's going on. What is life trying to teach me in this moment? Life doesn't happen to us, life happens for us. I'm gonna give y'all a brief break and I'll be right back with Sauna IE. So, how was March recap for me, for Sauna IE, and just overall, from the podcast aspect, it was good. I accomplished what I wanted to for the podcast, as well as getting the interviews down, really speaking on and shedding light on mental health, because mental health is big to me. So I had the empowerment. Last episode was an empowerment episode. The first episode we kicked off March with was Let's Talk Mental Health. And in that episode, I really covered life-changing habits, childhood trauma, and how that childhood trauma plays effect into adulthood. But sometimes, like, maybe we don't even think about that. How our childhood really affects us into adulthood. From things that we've seen, those pictures that's still in our heads, but we don't know that our childhood trauma turns out to be some triggers in our adulthood that we don't really want to talk about or discuss. Because I mean, when it comes to childhood drama, family drama, or anything like that, growing up, we want to just leave that in Pandora's box and not vent about it, or not let anybody know what we went through or what we dealt with, because we don't want to seem vulnerable or weak or just put out there. Nobody wants to feel like that. But I feel like any trauma that you've dealt with in childhood should be discussed. You should vent or discuss it with anybody that you know is close to you, that will give you great advice, and let them know what you've been through, or how your childhood was. Even if it's you had a great childhood, maybe some people need to hear that too, of hearing a great childhood. Maybe some people didn't have a good childhood, but childhood trauma really affects us into adulthood if the proper measures aren't taken to really learn how to cope with what we've been going through, or what we went through as a child. But that's really what it was. That's really what I discussed on the first episode for March, really discussing that and mental health, as well as self-care routines, just to end that first episode of Let's Talk Mental Health. And then we got into the interview phase of Sauna IE. And the third show that I did for March was A Voice in the Business with my good friend AJ Veer. And this interview is incredible. It's one of my favorite interviews up to this point, because we were really discussing, it was open. It was very nostalgic, really getting back to how I opened up Sauna IE with season 1, episode 1, recording outside, being outside. I know there was people, all the noise out there, just really being outside, and just really the whole ambiance of it, and really just having a genuine conversation with somebody, feeling the vibe. We talked about the voiceover business. I didn't know anything about the voiceover business, and he really dropped gems and education on us about the voiceover business and just business in general. The tips he drops in that episode doesn't just relate to the voiceover business, but it relates to business. Anything, if you're an entrepreneur and you need some tips or guidance, he drops gems in that episode about that, as well as he talks about his journey from being a high school band to being a photographer, to being a wedding photographer, to marriage. So we cover a lot of bases within that episode. The episode is called A Voice in the Business, as well as we discuss financial literacy, mental health, and his childhood. Like I said before, the childhood trauma plays a role in adulthood. So I had to pick his brain and see, like, how was your childhood growing up? And I feel like as adults, that's our childhood is really rarely brought up or discussed. So that's why I like to pick my guest brain with that and seeing how their childhood was, how everything was with them growing up from childhood, middle school, high school, and just all that, and just really knowing them and seeing what they've been through on the journey they've been on. So check out that episode. That's one of my favorite episodes. A Voice in the Business. Great episode. And then the fourth episode that I dropped this month is titled, What Do You Know About Art? And this is me interviewing a painter, an artist, a designer, a jack of all trades about the art world. His passion, his purpose with art, how he fell in love with art, and what art means to him. Because we all have different views and different different like views and perspectives when it comes to art, when it comes to life. So speaking to an artist, a painter, a designer, a creator, we view life differently. And that episode, we were just really sitting down, just talking about the art world, discussing his passions, his childhood, his mental health, his upbringing. We was really just covering a lot of bases within that episode. And I introduced a new segment that I'm doing with my future guests, which is called Fab Five. Check it out. And then I just want to discuss what was my favorite shows of March. I want to know y'all favorite shows as well. With my favorite shows for March is A Voice in the Biz with AJ Veer. And that's because it was just a genuine episode. Like I said, it got back out to interviewing outside, being outside. It was a nice day. And we just talked about so many subjects and really covered so many bases that I was like just blown away from the interview. And I'm still blown away from the interview. I'll go back and listen to that interview several times and just picking up different gems where he was talking about cold calling and talking about his journey and just talking about what he's been through, meeting his high school sweetheart and just life. So that's one of my favorite shows from March. And can't have a favorite and not have a least favorite. And then this one is not necessarily my least favorite. It's just the audio quality on this episode. So that would be Empowering Your Life. That the episode I just dropped last week. And that's just because audio quality isn't there, but the information is. But overall, March for me was a great month. I've been consistent with my workouts, but I fell off of my reading, my nutrition, and my education. So April, I'm looking forward to getting back into that, doing more reading, being more disciplined on my nutrition, as well as getting my education more, listening to more podcasts, doing more YouTube videos, researching, and putting that knowledge to use, not just receiving that knowledge, but utilizing that knowledge. But I'm going to give y'all a brief break, and I'm going to hit y'all with what are my plans for April. Thank you for tuning in to Sanai. Visit the website at sanai.com. Leave a review. Share this with a friend. Share this on your social media. Send it to anybody who you think will need it. I greatly appreciate it. And I'll be right back. Next up on the docket, plans for April. As for tongue-tied. As far as the podcast, 8 new shows. And with these new shows, I'm really be focusing on mental health, financial literacy, and different life tips. And that'll be starting this Friday, April 2nd. I can't believe we're already in April, man. The second quarter of the year. This came fast. I ain't gonna lie. April came fast. I'm happy it's the birthday month. But yeah, April 2nd, we getting it started with, like I said, shows focused on mental health, financial literacy, and different life tips, as well as building the website. I know the website's up. Check it out, sanai.com. But as well as adding more things to the website, more details, getting more detail with the website, and learning more about the website and how to build websites. So that's that, as well as adding to the team. I can do all the work myself, but why not deviate the task to other people so I can focus my attention elsewhere? So that's what I'm looking for, adding to the team and getting more, like I said, more people on the team adding to it, and learning more aspects of podcasting so I can have those roles filled. And last but not least, creating the gear. I know there's a lot of people out there been asking about, yo, what's good? We gonna get some gear? We gonna get something from the podcast? I'm like, yeah, I got y'all. So I'm really working on seeing if I want to throw the logo on or if I want to put the affirmations not the affirmation, but what Sana'i means on the shirt. So I'm really just working on that, trying to see which is better. But that's it for the podcast. What else I got planned for April? Back on my ecom business, because I felt like all throughout March, I put that on the back burner. I've really been focusing on the podcast, but trying to put it back on the front burner, get it popping like fish grease, you dig? But yeah, back on the ecom biz, doing that, as well as getting back on doing more photo shoots. The sun is out, people. So if you need a photo shoot, holla at your boy. It's getting hot out there. Doing more photo shoots to build my portfolio for my business, as well as for the brand, my brand, and as well as my brother's brand, Aim High. Checking that out and doing more photo shoots with that. And like I said, it is April. I feel like April will blow by quick, but it's the birthday month, and I got a birthday trip planned for myself. Gonna be going for a week. It's gonna be well needed. I'm gonna be celebrating all month actually, but really this birthday trip is well needed. Like, you need a vacation, get some time away. So I can't wait to take that trip and just getting that break away and really being away. I might not be on my phone as much, but I will have to get these shows done while I'm away. So I'm gonna have to get those 2 shows done and recorded. What else I got planned for April? Helping those around me. That includes you listening to this right now. Helping y'all around me achieve your goals and achieve anything that you want in life, or anything that you're trying to do, or as far as goals or any tasks you need completed. Just really reach out to me, and as well, I'm gonna be reaching out to y'all, to my consistent listeners and new listeners as well. If you need any help with anything, reach out to me on any social media platform or network, any social media platform at Sana'i Podcast, as well as if you check out the website, sana'i.com. All the information is on there for the social media, as well as getting on the email list and leaving reviews. You can actually, as well as leaving voicemails, and we'll get you on the show as put that voicemail on. So if you want to talk your shit, or you want to drop some knowledge, or even just discuss what's your plans for April, what's your March recap, what are your goals for April, and just your vision yourself. Like, even if you want to come on the show and be interviewed, or if there's somebody you want me to interview, reach out to me, reach out to us, and I'll be greatly appreciated. And let me get to my goals for April. Second quarter of the year, and we starting. I feel like it's like a fresh start. You feel me? First quarter, we know what it was going to be like. Now it's like, all right, second quarter of the year. What are you going to do? What are my goals? And as far as for April, consistently reading 30 minutes daily. I'm starting a new book, Think Rich, Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. I'll be reading that book, taking notes, as well as dropping gems from what I learned in that book on this on the different episodes. And with that book just came highly recommended. I feel like a few of my mentors highly recommend that book, Think Rich, Grow Rich, and I've been meaning to read it, but this is the time we're gonna start and really read that and utilize the knowledge that I received from that book. As well as what else I got my goals, working out, dropping it down to 5 times a week, and being disciplined on my nutrition. That's what it comes down to, because it's really 90% nutrition and 10% gym. So once you get that down, and that's what I'm working on too, it's like focusing on the the long-term goal, and not being caught up in the present satisfaction. And that's what it comes down. So really working out 5 times a week, getting my routines together, doing that, as well as discipline on my nutrition, doing more home cooked meals, which is dope. If you know how to cook, if you're a chef, anything like that, do the home cooked meals. It's better, it saves tons of money, and it's just overall better for your health and overall being. You feel better cooking the food for yourself. And what else I got goals? Take 3 courses. Take a course on business, take a course on Shopify, and take a course on photography. Just taking different courses, getting more knowledge. There's so much knowledge out there, I feel like. And I feel like, why not go out there and reach it and try to at least utilize the knowledge that's out there and for yourself and for your future. And what else? Last goal, live below my means and increase my income. And that's big. It's usually be the opposite. So when you increase your income, you want to increase your expenses. We can't do that. So it's about living below your means and increasing your income and staying with that frugal state. So you don't have to always like, let me increase my expenses just because I increase my income. It's not like that. Live below your means and stay within that. But those are just a few of my goals and a few of my plans for April. I'm gonna hit y'all back with the recap. I appreciate y'all tuning in once again to Sana If this is your first time listening, thank you. I appreciate you tuning in. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Ooh, buzzing. But thank you everybody for tuning in to today's show of Sana E. And man, everybody that's been supporting since day one, all the supporters, thank you. Everybody that's been a part of the team, thank you. Get on the emailing list, get on the social media, follow us on every social media platform at Sana IE Podcast. Stay tuned in to the latest updates, the newest drops, as well as just leaving your reviews for the show. If you listen to this right now, all I ask, just take some time out your day and leave a review on the podcast of what you think of this episode or what you think of the episodes this month. Like I said, you can leave it on the website at sanae.com, or you can go ahead and leave a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. But if you don't have Apple Podcasts and you're listening on Spotify, go tap in to sanae.com and just leave a review of what you think. Even if it's a bad review, if like, hey, I don't like this show, hey, I'll take all reviews, so I know what to work on. So just leave a review if you can. Take 2 to 3 minutes out your day and just leave it for me. I greatly appreciate it. But now let me hit you with the recap. And I started with the quotes of the day. My first quote was, while most are dreaming of success, winners wake up and work hard to achieve it. And that goes for all of us. I feel like we all have role models, we all have mentors, we all have people who we look up to or aspire to live like. The main thing, let's just say a celebrity. We all have a celebrity that we see. And some of them didn't get everything handed to them on a platter. Some of them had to work for their success, and working for their success, they had to wake up earlier than everybody else. I think the biggest thing I can not relate to, but when I think about this is something that E.T., the hip hop preacher, said, and he was on one of the podcasts I was listening to. It's an interview with Ed Milet, and he was just saying, like, I can't sleep in because I'm not making money like let's just say a millionaire. I'm not making money like a millionaire, so how can I have the audacity to sleep in when I still have goals to chase or still have success to create, but I'm sleeping in because I want to sleep in? Nah, it's like you got to wake up and go get whatever you want to achieve, that success that you want. You got to go wake up and go get it. You can't just sleep in and we all love sleep. I love sleeping too, but it's all about getting those goals done, getting those tasks done. You'll utilize more time and more your day when you break your days down into hourly blocks or waking up even earlier. If let's say you wake up every day at 6, maybe you have to wake up at 5. So it's all putting that extra time in just for yourself and getting that time. If you're always on a rush every morning, maybe you really have to put that extra hour, wake up an hour earlier just to have that flow throughout the day. But once again, the quote was, while most are dreaming of success, winners wake up and work hard to achieve it. The next quote is, when it hurts, observe. Life is trying to teach you something. And that's what life is. We're constantly life is a big whole lesson. From age 1 to age 100. It's all a lesson throughout. Every day is a life lesson. And pain is One of the biggest lessons that we all go through. We all deal with pain differently. We all deal with hurt differently. And it's just all about observing what we're going through, that pain, that hurt that we're going through right now, observing it and really realizing that it's trying to teach me something. What I'm going through right now is just trying to teach me about myself, about who I need to be, about who I will be when I get through this phase, when I get through this trial and tribulation. And I always say, your test is going to be your testimony. So whatever you're being tested about right now, it'll be a testimony in the future. But like I said, we all go through that hurt, the pain that we don't want to observe what we're going through. We just want to get out of it. And it just comes down to life happens to us, happens for us, not to us. But once again, the quote is, when it hurts, observe. Life is trying to teach you something. And then I discussed the March recap, how March was for me overall for the podcast. I loved it. It was great. I'm planning on next March for mental health next year, going way harder, having more guests, more advocates, and a lot of more speakers with the podcast and really reaching new heights with it. But this March was a good March overall. I appreciate my guests. Thank you for coming on to the show. But overall March was good. Love the episodes, loved each episode. The Voice in the Biz, check that out. Love the Art Trail episode with discussing the art world and how the art was. My favorite show, A Voice in the Biz. A lot of knowledge, a lot of gems dropped on that episode. March was overall a great month, and plans and goals for April is just really coming up. And whatever your plans or goals are for April, let me know. Reach in, tap in with the podcast, hit us up on any social media platform, follow us on the website, get on the website, leave a review. Let us know your plans, let us know your goals for April, let us know how your first 3 months of the year has been going. Let's reach in, connect, as well as start utilizing the voicemailing thing. If you've been to the website or if you haven't been to the website, check the website out. I'll put the link in the description, but sanai.com. Leave a voicemail. What you think of the show? What are your plans for April? What's your plans for March? Just really being more assertive in tune and really just connecting with us, and let's all come together as one, as a family, and just really take the time to enjoy and take the time to educate each other. But I appreciate y'all tuning in to the show, to the podcast. I'll be back again with y'all on Friday, April 2nd. And I just found out April is Financial Literacy Month. So I'm going to be hitting y'all with a lot of information for April. But I'm going to leave y'all with this. Learn this from me. Holding anger is a poison. It eats you from inside. We think that hating is a weapon that attacks the person who harmed us, but hatred is a curved blade, and the harm we do it to ourselves. Have a great week.